Well, I think Governor Brown is channeling the optimism in this assembly chamber about the future of California. We are in a much better place now than we have been in the last decade or so with the passage of Proposition 30. Some of the hard work done by this legislature, my predecessors in this legislature, since this is my first year, where very, very difficult cuts were made. We're in a much better fiscal position, so I think he really struck that optimistic tone that we are all feeling, that there are better fiscal times ahead, with the note of caution around fiscal discipline, and I think he understands what the voters want, which is we have raised our own taxes. We've given this chamber and the Senate and the governor more flexibility fiscally, but that we really have to be mindful of the impact of spending and really curtailing that visions of additional spending and restoring programs. I think he really struck a note around maintaining and building a reserve over time, which will serve us well over the next decade or so. The governor really struck kind of a grand vision for the state. He's just in his first term here, but you can tell that he is reaching for a real legacy around high-speed rail, water, big statewide infrastructure projects. But all of those things cost money. And we are mindful of that and not saddling future generations with debt. However, some of those projects are absolutely necessary, critical, generational kinds of projects that will find quite a bit of support in this chamber. In terms of his other budget priorities, clearly he'll be focusing quite a bit of attention on his local control funding formula and equalizing education funding, directing new revenues to low wealth districts. That's something that in concept I support. I am mindful, though, that there are a number of basic aid districts in my Assembly District, Assembly District 22. I want to make sure those districts aren't harmed by this new funding formula. So there are going to be upwards of 85 budget hearings, I believe, so all of these details will be fleshed out. So more to come, but overall I'm pleased with the direction that the governor is pointing in, but looking forward to working with my colleagues here in the Assembly to work through those proposals, and we'll see what we wind up with.